Are you trying to find an owner's phone number or build a cash buyers list with phone numbers? Well, the skip tracing update with Dealulator, aka PropStream, is now available, along with other updates. So stand by. Let's get it. Hello guys, this is Ty, aka the Flip Man. I've been talking about it for a minute that we were going to update the skip tracing feature within Dealulator, aka PropStream. It's here. In a quick video, I'm going to show you how to use it for sellers and a little bit on buyers. We're going to do a separate video on that, but I did touch on it a little bit if you're trying to build a cash buyers list. But on top of that, Burden over at PropStream is actually going to go through all of the updates, which does include the skip tracing. Now, if you don't have the service already, there's still a 5-day free trial to try it out. It is a great tool that will make it a lot easier for you to find and do deals. It's not going to do deals for you, but it is a tool that I feel you must have to give yourself the best chance to getting closer to a check or consistently closing more deals, which turns into checks. So the 5-day free trial is still available. If you already have it, thanks. Stand by. Let's get to it. Okay. How do you find owners' phone numbers? Skip tracing. This question a lot. Always ask me, who do I recommend? Obviously, I promote Dealulator, aka PropStream, and made some adjustments with the system because the numbers were not coming back as accurate as they should be. Made an update, had to change that. Always trying to improve the software to improve or increase your chances of doing more deals. That's the whole purpose of it. So here we are. The update is here. Now, this video will be followed by a more extensive video from Burden that's going to go over a lot of the new updates as the date of this particular video is that will be constantly happening. But I try to keep you updated on what has changed. But the main thing I wanted to do, even though he's going to go through it some also, is to go through that part of the new update with the new skip tracing option. As you can see down here, to the left, it's actually been an added tab where it wasn't there before. It says new, which the new will go away, but it'll be the skip tracing option there. So a lot of scenarios on why you want to try to find an owner's phone number or a list of phone numbers for owners, but we're just going to focus on one individual phone number, but you always group as many as you want, and you have to pay for it. It's even though there's the monthly subscription, you pay for this separately because of the third-party service that's being used to offer this particular service. Now, this service is the same service that a lot of attorneys, private investigators, debt collectors use to try to find individuals, especially their contact information, whether it's a landline, mobile number, and or an email address. So I'm going to show you, assuming you were driving for dollars, and you were trying to find an owner, you find an address, looks like it's vacant, and you want to reach out to them by phone first. I always suggest direct mail second. If you can't get them on the phone, don't just give up because you can't find the phone number. Okay, because a lot of people just don't have that information available. And understand, I don't care what skip tracing service that you use, nothing's going to be 100% accurate, but this is going to be pretty accurate, in most cases. You're not going to be 100%. Let me reiterate that. So just a numbers game. So you have to understand, just like even with direct mail or bandit signs, the majority of people call you, or the majority of people you send mail to, not going to get a response from. So you have to look at this the same way as far as pulling lists. So it's just going to be work. We're talking about pennies to make thousands. We're talking about pennies to make thousands. So let's get into it. I already have an address ready to go. All right. And so now you just type in the actual address, and if you don't know or not familiar with Dealulator, aka prop stream, it's going to give you a lot of information. But the purpose of this video is just to go through the skip tracing part of it. But right here, you see the owner's name, their actual mailing address, which is different, which is a P.O. box. Doesn't mean that she doesn't live here, but it's saying it's non-owner occupied, which also means that it's absentee. You can pull up comps on the property or whatever, which that'll be a totally different video that I'll do, which Burton is going to go through a little bit of that in the new updates and how it's set up a little differently than before. Got tax information, mortgage information, transaction history, which may be similar in some cases. Then you got documents and reports. So the purpose of this video, again, is skip tracing. So the first thing you want to do in order to set yourself up where you can skip trace an actual property is that you want to save it. Okay, so you can just save it and it'll be added to my properties, but you may have thousands there. So you want to be a little bit more specified so you can find it whenever you try to do the skip trace or use the skip tracing service. All right, so I'm going to add it to a group and I'm going to create a new group. So I'll name this group. I'll just name it after the street itself, which I already have one there, but I'll just do Doug so I can find it. All right, so close that. So now I'll get out of this. So it's saved, and I'll go over here to the skip tracing option. Now, before I do that, just to show you, so here it is right here. It's saved there. All right, and the properties under, you always with my properties, you could use that tab, which that's just the default tab, but you want to probably name things yourself, identifying the markers, the address, or whoever you're targeting. All right, but we'll go over here to skip tracing. So I want to select contacts. All right, so the first thing you do, go to available contacts, and then I want to go here. It's automatically right here under favorites. So 1386 Morrow Street. All right, now I need to add the selected contact because sometimes you may have multiple contacts, but you might not want to add them all depending on what group you're targeting. All right, so I added there. So now I hit done. So I got one selected. And so now, which it gives you an option to modify if you need to. I go to next. It tells me it's going to cost 30 cents. Now before it was 10 cents per piece of data that it pulled, whether that's one landline, 3 mobile numbers, and an email address, which that's a total of 5, it will charge you 50 cents. Now it's just going to charge you a flat 30 cents if it pulls any data, whether that's one piece of data or 30 pieces of data, it's going to still just be 30 cents. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and place order. And what I accepted was from the do not call list. And for the sake of this video, I went ahead and accepted, but you're saying, hey, if this person's on do not call list, I don't want to accept it, or I understand that I will accept if they're on the do not call list, and you just have to make your own decision on making that call or whatever. But make sure you just read that thoroughly before you submit and pay for it. So now I'm going to hit done, and how you locate it is that you go over here to contacts, and under skip tracing jobs, and you scroll down, and so here it is right here, and up here you see that it's processing. So depending on how many that you're targeting will determine how long it takes to process. If it's a larger list, 500,000 or more, it may take an hour or so to process them all and come back with the ones that are actually providing actual phone numbers or email address. So we'll give it a second and we'll come back when it's complete. Okay, so the processing is complete. So it did produce one phone number. So what you can do is click on this name and you see it's a landline number. Now, it's up to you to make the call to see if this individual is interested in actually selling their property. And if they are, hopefully the numbers will work for you that you can proceed on with. Number one, going out to view the property. I always suggest video on the property, maybe a picture to the rear and the front, but you want to video the entire property. So you can use it for your own records, but also to market to potential buyers, because you can upload that video to YouTube and then you can just simply text a YouTube link and or email it. Works great. Use technology, especially the free technology that's out there. So it's that simple on how you do the skip tracing. Now, one of the things, just while I got you here, is that you do know that you can create your own list or groups. This is also in the CRM system within PropStream, aka Dealulator. And you have your status over here. You put active, closed, engaged, future, inactive, new, non-client, pending approval, pre-approved. On top of this, back to the skip tracing. Now, you do know you can also build a cash buyers list, which I have other videos on that using the service, but maybe I'll do another one or whatever. But it's just as simple as just going in and choosing that option whenever you're filtering out a potential list. Just to give you an example right here, I'm not going to go all the way through it because I'll just create a different video. But you go over here, you'll do non-owner occupied, you do cash buyers, properties type that you're targeting, which will be single family, and then you can go down here and do ownership info. You can do individual, corporate, and if you're building a cash buyer list, you may just want to do any, because some of them have their businesses in LLCs or corps or incs or whatever, and then they'll just have their purchases in their names, and then from there you would just simply just apply, and boom, there's your list. So just in the county that I'm targeting here, these green buttons mean cash buyers, and so these are actual people that have paid cash. They don't always mean they're investors, but a lot of times that they are. So you can build a list there, save it, and then of course you can append for phone numbers. So you may not want to do, say it's 13,000 here, and some of these are going to be duplicates or whatever. You may just want to just start out with maybe 100 of them and use that, remove the duplicates, and then create an actual cash buyers list that you'll reach out to, hopefully by phone number and or email. So boom, but I just wanted to throw that tip in for you. If you're seeing this in the actual training or on YouTube, Facebook, or whatever, I just wanted to do this short video on the new update in the Dealulator, aka PropStream, as far as finding phone numbers, possibly email addresses for properties that you are targeting. Thanks. Hang around for Burton for the new updates.
Hey everyone, Burton here with PropStream.com. If you haven't noticed already, we recently updated our application, and in this video, I will be covering those updates. But before we begin, I would like to talk about some major updates we've done on the back end. The first major update we would like to proudly announce is that in addition to our current comprehensive MLS coverage of active, pending, sold, and failed listings nationwide, we have now connected nearly 700 additional MLS boards nationwide. So what does that mean to you? This means more MLS listings, more photos, agent descriptions, and of course daily updates. The second major update is that we have renamed append contacts to skip tracing. Not only have we replaced the name, but we have also updated the feature with a more accurate service. This service will pull information from more credible sources like credit bureaus. Ultimately, we are allowing you to tap into the same service used by law firms, private investigators, and other related agencies. The third major update would be the enhanced mortgage information. What this means is that more properties will now provide mortgage information such as mortgage amount, recording date, interest rate, and mortgage term. This update will allow us to calculate the estimated equity with better accuracy than most data providers. Now with that said, let's just jump to it. So as you guys can see here, the first thing that you're going to see is we're going to have this update pop-up now going forward. So anytime we do a new update and when we push it, you'll get this what's new pop-up. So feel free to read the details of the updates being applied. At the very bottom of the update pop-up, you'll be able to close down the notification, and you even have the ability to prevent it from populating the next time you log in. All right, so as you can see, we will now begin highlighting the new features by applying a new marker to it. And right away, you can see that we have one in the MLS box. This is essentially highlighting our new MLS update previously mentioned. So let me show you what I'm talking about in regards to that. So now when you search our data, because we have these new MLS boards that have been applied to our additional information that we had previously, we're now providing more photos. So you'll notice more of your results are now going to start having photos assigned to them, more agent description, of course, more listings. So let me kind of just show you what that's going to look like. So here's one. I click on it. The photos will be embedded here at the top left, so you'll see the number of photos that we have pulled for that property. By clicking on that, you'll be given the ability to look at those photos, and most of them are both interior and exterior. So this will just give you a better understanding of the property, maybe things that need to be performed that haven't been performed yet, or ultimately understand the condition of that property. Okay. The second update within the property details page, other than the photo, is of course the MLS details. So as you can see here, we have much more information that we're providing, such as the description, property details, interior features, exterior features, utilities, neighborhood information, and all of the agent's information, including the brokerage name. The next major update that we did within the property details is located in the comparables and nearby listings. So beginning with the comps box here, what we've done here is that we've enlarged the summary calculation for you. That's what I'm highlighting here. Now, this was in the previous version. It just wasn't as large. The idea here is that our system will naturally capture what we believe to be the comps for you. As you're aware, in the comparables and nearby listings, you have the ability to filter your own comps. So assuming we're using this property and we know it's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, we can now deselect the comps that we believe are not true comps. Now, in doing so, what you're going to notice is that the summary will highlight how many you have selected, in this case 3, and it will now provide you what it believes to be the new average sell price based on those results that you've selected, as well as the new days on market. Last but not least, which was also previously here before, you'll have the ability to hit the view report as well as add to list. So this will give you the ability to take your results, put it on a list. That way you can export it and provide it to your buyers and provide it or to your homeowners. The next update that we performed in the comparable and nearby listings is within the MLS box. Now, in our previous version, the MLS box, what it did or what it represented was all the most recent 150 MLS listings within a 1-mile radius around the property. So in this case, the update will now allow you to filter those results. So once you click on the MLS box, what you'll notice is you now have the filter there. And just like before, we will automatically just apply the 150, and they'll have different types of statuses, so whether they're active, sold, active, failed. And the update now, you will be given the ability to now filter those results. So for this example, I'm going to be looking for all the 2 bedrooms and 2.25 bathrooms. And in just a few moments, you're going to see that my 150 have now dropped down to a total of 20 properties, 20 MLS listed properties within a 1-mile radius around my property. And so as you can see here, we have sold, failed, active. To make things even more efficient for you, we've also included the Mls Status dropdown. So instead of having it scattered like this, you now can search for just the sold MLS listings that are 3 bedrooms, 2 and 2.25 of a bathroom. So here we have 15 results, and then we can also see any potential active ones within a 1-mile radius. Ultimately, we can see our potential competition, okay, and understand why they're being listed for that amount, the year they were built, and so forth. So that is a new feature that we've applied in the comparables and nearby listings. The last update, which I talked about earlier, is the mortgage enhancement. So what I mean by mortgage enhancement is when you go to the property details, you're going to start noticing more properties are going to have the mortgage amount. Not only are we going to have the mortgage information, mortgage amount, you're going to have the recording date, interest rate, and the mortgage term. Now, the reason why we are aggressively hunting down this information is this will allow us to calculate estimated equity better. Now, let me explain how that's done. Most providers that provide estimated equity, what they will do is they will take the estimated value and they will subtract the last recorded sale amount. So the last recording sale amount happened in 2002 for this property at 186. So they'll take the 423 and they'll subtract the 186. With that said, you're looking at equity in the high $200,000 range. Now that's not the case, because since we've been able to collect mortgage information from alternative sources, as you can see here in the mortgage tab, there's been other activities after the initial sale. So the initial sale was in 2002, but we see that there was a recording in 03, 04, 05, 06, and the most recent one being in 2008. Now, because we have this new data, not the initial sale record, because we have the mortgage information, what our system is able to do is take that last known mortgage recording and begin reverse calculating on that. So beginning in 08 of earlier this year, we started reverse calculating, and we assume that their mortgage balance right now is around $203,000. What that now does is it allows us to take the known mortgage balance, subtract the estimated value to give you an estimated equity amount we believe to be more accurate than just taking estimated value and subtracting the last recorded amount, which in this case would have been back in 2002. So that's how we calculate estimated equity. This is why we get the mortgage information. We want to go above and beyond and get you as accurate as possible in terms of balance and equity. So that is our property details page update. The next update I want to bring to your attention is located in the filter. So as you can see here, the filter has gotten a lot smaller. What you're also going to see is on the right-hand side, this is the summary box. So what this is going to do now is as you apply your filters, we're going to paint your summary on the right-hand side. This is so that you don't have to constantly remember what fields you're doing. Our system will monitor the fields on the right-hand side. So in this example, non-owner occupied, lien, single family, 1980 and later. I want them off market. Also note we did add a new filter, and that's the rental filter. This will allow you to filter just the rental properties in the MLS data. All right. Again, as you continue to go and apply your criteria, you're going to start seeing your summary on the right hand side. And for this example, let's just put some equity in here. All right, just like in the past, once you apply your filter, you'll have your filter summary. Results will be on the right hand side. And just like before, you'll highlight, add to list, and you'll name that list. All right. Now, the last thing I do want to show you is that now that we've updated our skip trace service, or our append contacts, and named it skip tracing, what we've also done is we embedded that icon into the main screen or the main toolbar. So after you save your results, in the past, you would have to have gone into contacts to skip trace. Now, to make things a little bit faster for you, once you save your list and name it, you'll be able to just select skip trace and now choose that list right away. So you can choose the test list. Oops, pardon me. Let me choose my list again. Pardon the delay. I think I'm going a little too fast. So after you select your list, you'll notice that your list will populate just like before. You'll select the add selected contacts on the right hand side. Then you'll select done and then proceed to step 2, which is the payment. Now I do want to bring this to your attention. There has been a change in pricing, so I will explain what that is and how that works. So the new price point is now 30 cents, but the way it works is we're no longer charging you per line item, and just like before, we're not charging for the properties that don't have results. So quick example, you upload 100 properties, 80 of them come back with results. We're only charging you for that. So it's going to be 80 times 30 cents. So in the past, what we would have done is we would have taken the 80 and then looked at each line items within those 80. So if the average line item was, let's say, 4, it would have been 80 times 4. That would have been 320 line items. And then we would have charged you for those 320 line items. So that would have cost you $32 versus the new method, 80 times a 30, you're looking at 24 bucks. Okay, so very effective in terms of pricing. And again, as I mentioned before, the new service, we're practically using the same service like private investigators are using, law firms are using, and again, other agencies that need the information to get a hold of someone, and not only get a hold of someone, but actually be the right information. So that's the provider that we're using. So do note, price has increased to 30 cents, and it's again, no longer line items, still results, and we don't charge you for the ones that do not get results. All right. Now, the last update I do want to bring to your attention is in the profile page. Now, this is going to get tied into the campaign update. So the profile section, if you haven't been here before, this is where you can apply your first name, last name, email, password, or change your password. Apply your profile picture. You even have the ability to remove any new labels. So if we have new features, if you don't want to see what's new, you can deselect this, but of course be careful. You won't know what's new if that's the case. Below that, credit card number. This will allow you to expedite your purchases, billing street address, and then below that, the new category is the business section. So here you can put your business name, business phone, business website, business email, and your business address. Now, the purpose for this is going to tie in directly into your campaign section, most particularly the postcard. So I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. So here's a campaign I ran. I have 69 recipients. The major update that we performed recently was within the postcard. So when you hit get started, it's a similar approach. Postcard name, postcard size. Do you want to save your template? Yes or no? Check for yes, uncheck for no. But what you will now discover is when you check off templates, we have uploaded up to 15 or more templates in here for you. So the idea is we're going to keep uploading templates throughout the weeks to come. So feel free to use what we have now. So let's say, here's one we'll use for this example. All right, so here's our template that you can use. All right, now there has been one more major update in the postcard, and this is actually what I believe is going to be the mind blower for everyone. But what you're going to want to do is after you choose your template, or if you create your own, you can go to Advanced Edit, and the new feature that we've implemented is right here. It's called the Insert field, and I'm going to show you how that works. So the idea with this is that we want you to fully customize your postcard. And for some of you, that means that each owner has their name on the card and each card has the owner's address. And that's what this is designed to do. So what we're going to be able to do is allow you to create that. Essentially, if you have 100 individuals, we're going to allow you to create a postcard, a single card, and every owner's name will be on their card, their own card, and every one of them will have their own address on that card. And I'll show you how that works. So let's go ahead and delete this. I'm going to increase the font size. All right. And then here's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start typing hello. I'm going to put hello. Excuse me. Hello. My name is. And instead of typing my name, I can now insert field and put my full name. So it's going to look funny at first. You're going to see the hashtag my full name hashtag. But when you hit space, what you'll see here at the top is your name will be applied automatically, and that's being taken from the profile page. So the next thing you can do is, hi, my name is, your full name. I am interested in your property located at, and now we can apply the property street of the homeowner along with the property city and zip code. So as you can see here on top, the owner's address, state, and zip code is here. And then we can wrap it up by saying, if you are interested in my offer, please call me at, and instead of typing in my business line, I can put my business phone, or email me at, and then I can put my business email, and last, or visit my website at, and then I can put my business website. And just like that, as you can see, what we're doing is we're taking these these codes that you're applying, and then we're going to autofill the information that's coming from your profile as well as from the listings that you've uploaded. So every one of them will say, hello, my name is Burton. In this case, I am interested in your property, and then that address will be, of course, all 100 addresses of the leads that you have, or 69 leads in this case, and then we'll include your business phone number. So again, you have many different fields to customize that approach. So feel free to utilize that. And that's about it, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this updated video. There's obviously more to come. I believe we're barely scratching the surface. If you have any questions, give us a call at our customer support line or email us. But other than that, thank you so much and have a great day.
Boom. We got the most recent update in. There will be more to come. Again, if this is your first introduction to Dealulator, aka PropStream, take advantage of the free trial. See if it works for you. I'm sure it will. It's a great tool that is going to make it a lot easier for you to do deals. It's not going to do deals for you, but it is a tool that I really feel and I use daily to help me put deals together, and you can do the same. Again, I don't wave a magic wand or anything. I just make sure I put all the pieces in place to make it a lot easier for me to be able to pick up checks by closing deals. So again, you should see a link here in the description if you want to sign up. Dealulator.com, aka PropStream. Thanks, and I will see you on the flip side.